So today we are going to see Java coding standards. Why this Java coding standard required and how we can do for each of the Java when you are going to write any Java class or method, okay, variable, anything. So how you can do that. So what is the use of it? Why we can write. So those things we are going to learn today. So first of all, Java coding standards. So why we need to use? So whatever the code you are going to write it during the development, it's let's take it is 100%. Out of that, 20% you are developing. So after that, rest of the 80% of the code is going to be maintained. So maintenance is very when you're going to develop any software, the maintenance is very key role here. So maintenance in the sense you develop the software on top of you are adding external features along with that that application is going to be live. If is there any issues comes up, they are going to be fixed by some other developer. Okay, there is no guarantee that you will be there till end of that project. So you might be there a couple of years. After that, you move to some other project or some other company. Whatever the code you wrote, so that piece of code, whoever the next developer is going to be maintain that. He's going to be add new features. So when you are going to follow the coding standards, that will be easy to the next developer, whatever the code you have written. And the next developer can easily understand what you wrote. Okay, so that is the main significance here. The next thing is this coding standards is going to be vary language to language. Let's take if you take the C language, so the coding standards will be different. If you take the Java, Java will be having the standards are different. Standards is nothing but it's like a guideline book. So you have to be follow the same way when you are going to develop anything. Like that might be a class or method, variable, whatever it is you are going to develop. So finally, it should be a maintainable, easily maintainable. That is the main concepted standards. And when you're going to follow the standards, it code will be neat and as well as you can easily read it, okay, and easily understandable. That is the main importance for the standards. So what are the areas we can apply these coding standards? So we can apply class level when you're going to write any class. So if you remember whatever the classes we wrote so far, let me. So in this class, we are following the standard like see here, array, its beginning of the letter is caps and the next word is starts with caps. Okay, and another one is next word starts with the caps. That's camel representation we are following. So this is one of the standard. Okay, the next thing is method. If you see the method naming convention was followed differently. If you are using the variable, so how you are going to use the variable? So if you write the methods, so this is the way if any developer is going to see this code, they can easily understand and they can easily identify that yes, this is the method. Okay, so likewise, you can write it these standards in different areas. That might be class, interface, method, variable, constants. So Pojo classes, this Pojo is nothing but plain old Java objects. So this is enum. So enum also you can see these different kind of concepts you can see in later one by one. So enum is one of the constants related. Okay. So these are the different areas we can see the coding standards. Okay. So let's see that one by one. So when you're going to write the class, okay, so how you can write the class. So as I said earlier, So the class related, let's take the board. So when you're going to dealing with the class, so here let's take it's a hello world is the class name. So if you write like this, hello world example, so will it is it easily readable? So it's a leading confusion. Okay, so here also if you give it a small, it's everything is in small letters, but it's not easily understandable or readable. So what does mean that? If you split it into a, each word starts with the caps. See here, this is easily understandable and a readable format. That means when you are going to use a bigger class name, so you should write it like this. So each word starts with a caps letter. So then it easily understand. That is the one thing when you are going to write the class. So and whatever the class name you are giving, that class name should not be lengthy. Okay, so lengthy in the sense you should not write a bigger string. You can give it as short as. Okay, so that is the best way to write the class name. But that class name should be meaningful. So if you give it simply like this instead of the same thing, if you write it three letters, see here, this is not meaningful at all. It's a small three characters, but this is not meaningful at all. So when you're going to write the class name, that class name should be a meaningful and it should follow the standard. Okay, so that is the one thing you should keep in mind. The next thing is whatever the class name you are going to use, so better to reduce the class name length. Okay, so what is the problem if you give it the bigger length? There is no limitation for that. Okay, so the same thing if you write it like this, there is no harm, but that's not looks good. See here, this entire thing is the class name. Okay, so when you are going to read, when you are going to understand, okay, this is my class name and you are going to reuse this class name, that's very hard to call this particular class name. Okay, so that is one thing is in mind. So that means whatever the class name length, you should be keeping as short as, but that should be meaningful. Okay, that is a one thing is required here. The next thing is a method. So when you're going to write the methods, so methods is nothing but a functions. Okay, so in Java we call it as a methods. So methods is nothing but whatever the class you are going to write. Okay, so these methods will come inside the class. So in Java everything is inside the class. So method is nothing but if you have a set of statements similar to that functionality, so you can club together. Okay, so within the statement. Okay, so that means let's take if you have a five statements, that five statements is part of that same logic, you keep it as a one bunch, one set. Okay, so that everything is called it as a method. You give it some name for that. So in our examples if you see that we have a main. So main, it has string args. Like this you are going to write it, public static void main, public static void main. So when you are going to write it within the braces, you are going to write the statements, statement 1, statement 2, like this. So these all the statements is related to the same logic. You put it everything in the single method. The name of the method is main method. Okay, so this main method is the name of the method. So when you're going to write the methods, so the first letter should be a smaller, the next letter will be caps. Let's take if I write some other method. So this method, So public void my method. Let's take this is my method is the name of the method name. So this my method, I can write the statement 1, statement 2, likewise. So here my is one word and a method is another word. So whenever the method name starts with is always small, the next word will be a caps. So if you have another method, okay, you can write it with capital letter and followed by the particular word. Here also be the same. Whatever the name you're going to use, it should be a shorter and as well as should be more meaningful. That is also one thing keep in mind. So this is for method related. The next thing is constants we have. So when you're going to deal with the constants, so constants is nothing but the value is not going to be changed. Okay, so whatever the value you are going to give it, that value always be the same. It's not be changing dynamically. So those kind of values we call it as a constants. So how you can define the constants in Java? So when you're going to define the constants, so it will be maintain certain standard. So while looking the code, you can easily understand, yes, this is the constant. So let's take max equal to 10. So this is the max is value 10. So that 10 is constant, is not going to be changed. It's always be value 10. So if you write it in the code, max is equal to 10, there is no harm. So coding standards is not the your break application logic will not break anymore. But your code looks is not that much good and as well as it's not easily understand. That is the main thing. We are going to maintain a standards, then whoever is going to see your code, that will be looks good and easily understand. That is only one purpose we are going to maintain a standards. So let's come into the constant. Constant is nothing but whatever the value you are going to be use, that value is the fixed one. So this value, whatever the 10 you are going to use it, so this 10 value is not going to be changed. How you can specify that yes this value is 10? Okay, while looking the code you can say this is the constant. So for that, when you are going to deal with the constants, better to maintain everything as a caps. So like this you should give it, this is the max is the constant. The next thing is when you are going to deal with the constants, a particular modifier will be a static. So this static is different, like you are going to tell that this one is the constant related, this value I can use it anywhere, but the name when you're going to use this while looking, it should be a caps letter everything. If I have another one max value, like this if you use, so it should be better to maintain like way, everything is in caps letter. Okay, and one more thing, in constant one thing you should remember, when you're going to join two particular strings, better to split it with the underscore. Okay, don't write it like this. So you should keep it underscore for each of the word. So max underscore value. So like this you have to be used. So this is the way to convey that this is the constant. Okay, so far we've seen the class, method, constant. Let's write the program how it looks good. Okay, so how it will be, we'll write one program for that. Coding standards example. See here the name, whatever the way I'm conveying here, the first letter is caps and followed by the next keywords are the particular word is starts with the caps letter, the next all will be smaller. So the next thing is public static void main. So if you see the public static void main, the method name is small. The remaining all will be small. Whenever you are going to add another word, it will be caps. And after that, I'm just printing s out sample coding standard. So if I print it, already you are aware of that. This printing statement is very simple. Only we can get that sample coding standard is the output for that. Okay. So there is no output difference. Only thing is your code